What do you think about all those young activists out there? Hello, Seeker. Time and again through history, when a wrong needs to be called out, when a change needs to happen, I see young people at the forefront. People in their teens and 20s are so often the first to stand up and rally for a cause. They get in the face of the establishment and call them out for their complacency, their ambivalence, their greed, their selfishness. Yeah, there it is again. Selfishness. Yet, it's remarkable how much disdain the older generations have for the younger ones. Take this quote, for example. "The children now love luxury. They have bad manners, contempt for authority. They show disrespect for elders and love chatter in place of exercise. Children are now tyrants, not the servants of their households. They no longer rise when elders enter the room. They contradict their parents, chatter before company, gobble up dainties at the table, cross their legs, and tyrannize their teachers." Sounds like the words of many older people today, doesn't it? Yet, it's attributed to Socrates, who lived some 2,400 years ago. Still, in my observations of people in their teens and 20 over my years that exceed those numbers, I see leadership, idealism, and hope. Yes, of course, every generation, one can find lazy, uneducated, uninterested people who mostly focus on self-gratification. But I think they are more the glaring exception than the rule. What I frequently see is fearlessness in younger people that we seem to lose with age. Just as often as I've seen young people through history rise up to attempt to improve the world, I've also seen those same people get older, become jaded, become complacent. I understand. They get busy. They get married, have kids, have to work jobs to have shelter and food. They fall into the rat race of life's struggle. I've been there most of my life, too. I really do understand. So, it falls to the young people again. It falls to the wide-eyed, energetic activists to shake the olders of the world out of their comfort zone and out of their ambivalence. I see 19-year-old Greta Thunberg standing before world leaders, calling them out. She sees with clarity the direction of the world's natural environment, even if others wish to stand in denial or wring their hands in resignation of an inevitable fate. It's chilling how many target Greta, and others like her, with vitriolic rhetoric and threats of violence. Clearly she is triggering feelings of guilt, or perhaps threatening the fulfillment of their selfishness. Perhaps they feel threatened by a shakeup of the status quo. To see anyone speak out so venomously against any person trying to bring healing to the world is disturbing, to say the least. Yet, she and others like her, she persists. Thunberg and other activists persist where other people have relented. Nobel Prize laureate Malala Yousafzai of Pakistan survived being shot in the head by a Taliban gunman while on her way to school. This did not silence her push for women's rights to education, though. She started her advocacy at age 11. She's 24 now and still working for the rights of others. Parkland school shooting survivor David Hogg is now 21 and still an activist for gun control laws. Young women like Thandiwe Abdullah, Anya Dillard, and Sophie Ming are active and influential in the Black Lives Matters movement. 17-year-old Ashton Mota speaks to support LGBTQ rights and was the guest speaker at the White House Pride celebrations in 2021. 23-year-old Amanda Gorman is a poet and activist who focuses on issues of oppression, feminism, race, and marginalization, and she became the first person ever to be named National Youth Poet Laureate in the United States. She read one of her poems at the U.S. President Biden's inauguration ceremony. I tell you about all these young people in the hope that we will gain inspiration from them and the many others out there working to change the world in positive ways. Certainly, it's not only young people. There are notable people who have never lost their passion for making the world a better place. So maybe their inspiration will rekindle a passion in you. What's important to note of most activists is that each one focuses on mostly just one topic: environmental, social, etc. Many are further focused on specific parts of the solution: saving forests, saving sharks, fighting for rights of specific groups, working to save children or neglected animals, feeding the homeless, etc. No one should try to focus on everything, but by all means, pick one thing, even if it seems small and local. It's like the starfish story again. You can't change everything alone, but you can make a difference for one person, one animal, or one area at a time. Me? Oh, well, I'm here talking to you and trying to build bridges of understanding between people. My other passion is the environment and wildlife, but I thought I'd start here, talking to you. I'll be talking about environmental stewardship in the future, too. So, what are you going to do? What matters to you? That's a question only you can answer. Think about it, though. Maybe it's helping a neighbor in need, contributing to a fundraiser, picking up garbage on your favorite beach or hiking trail, or volunteering at an animal shelter. You don't have to be in the forefront giving speeches. Those are great and necessary. But then it takes everyone else working together to make a change. Or maybe leadership is in your DNA and you want to take the risk and stand up vocally for what you believe in. Only you know that. This week, Seeker, think about what matters to you. Think about what you can do about it, even if it's just a small thing, even if it's just getting educated better about the topic. Maybe it's joining my Patreon patron program to support my work here. Check the video description for the link on that. I'd really appreciate it. But whatever it is, give it some long thought this week. Until next time, Seeker, be well and be kind. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Before you go, please subscribe to the channel. Then check out the links in the description below. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and most importantly, on Patreon. If you like what I'm doing here and would like me to keep creating, help me out by becoming a supporting patron. You'll find exclusive perks like downloadable podcasts of all the messages, patron-only videos, and some great quarterly merch like stickers, coffee mugs, and shirts, too. Finally, please share these posts to help our community of seekers grow. Thanks. See you next time.